Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. I'm Mike Briggs, and the show is artists and authors and musicians and other cool and creative people. And we're here every day at 11 a.m. talking to people who do some very artistic and creative things. Our guest now is Lynn Hock. Napoli, you're a fine artist.
Yes.
And you do commissions.
Yes, I do.
Of people, pets, what else?
People, pets. I also do still life. I do vineyards. I do just about all genre, but my specialty is portraiture, which is people.
Now, I'm just going to click through some of these of your works here. This is where and what?
That was part of a commission I did for a couple celebrating their 30th anniversary. That is the corner of the painting. I had them sit at Balboa Park in San Diego and take some photos and then complete it in the studio with them. That is a corner of the painting that everybody just loved, so
okay.
I figured I'd use it on my business cards.
Now, we talked before, everything grows better in San Diego.
Yes.
Things we see here in the valley, you see them in San Diego, they're just so bright and
they're
lush
beautiful.
and everything. Now, this is one of my favorite works of yours.
Oh, thank you.
I asked you earlier, is that you? Because I know you did ballet.
I did practice ballet for 20 years. I was a classical ballet dancer with Claire Lachey Porter here in Fresno. But that actually is Jill Butner of the Fresno Ballet. It's one of several that I did for her, and her parents collected the others. But it is a pastel, and I was going for the feeling, of course, Degas, one of my favorite artists.
Degas.
So.
Now, this is one of my favorite types of pictures that artists bring in. I love to see the studio and the artist working.
That's the studio.
In fact, I think I have a zoomed in one on this, and we're going to see that painting in a few minutes as well. Is this a commission, by the way?
That one I was doing for a show, and it was when the speed rail was starting to take form. And Henry was kind enough to come to the studio and sit for me.
And that's Henry Perea, and I think he's chairman of the high-speed rail right now.
Henry Perea. Yeah, wonderful man to work with. Yeah. And so that painting is actually in a show right now at Arbor Gallery in Merced.
Oh, it is? Okay. I got to serve with them on the city council for a while.
Wonderful, yeah.
Now, you've been painting how long?
35 years.
Wow. And how did you start?
Yeah. Well, I walked up to my grandmother and said, I can't sing, can't dance. Can you please teach me how to paint?
Well, you're a singer and choir and a dancer.
Yeah,
so.
I know, but I had an injury in ballet, so I couldn't take it to the next level. I really wanted to dance with the Paris Opera Ballet, which I am just in love with. So, but God had other plans.
Well, but creative people have to create.
That's right.
So
yeah,
now I tell my kids who are musicians and all kinds of stuff, if you're a guitar player, you need to be playing guitar all the time. If you're a painter, you need to be painting all the time. It's
I parcel it out. I parcel it out due to the fact that I do not want to get carpal tunnel.
I see.
So I paint 3 hours a day and stop.
You stop, yeah.
And then, of course, I do a lot of visualization and a lot of study and a lot of reading of other artists and techniques. But I do want to be able to paint when I'm 90. So
do
that's the goal.
You use photography to capture an image?
Yes, I
do.
do.
Paint it later?
I do use photography, and that way the model doesn't have to sit there for hours. Yeah. So that works as supplementary.
Yeah. Now, and you study with some pretty spectacular people.
Yes. Here locally, I took Ann Scheid's class, Fresno City College, and she pretty much, her teaching took me to the next level, in my opinion. I then studied with Lorraine Walter, who was with Society of Western Artists, and she graduated from Otis Art Institute in LA back when it was still technical and academic. And she actually, one of her friends modeled for Norman Rockwell. This was back in the late 40s.
In the day.
And then I studied, I was brought into the art world by my grandmother, Betty McGinnis, who was with Society of Western Artists for many, many years. And did some amazing still life, and trompe-l'oeil was her specialty. And I've also taken several classes from master painters, workshops, and I'm always learning.
Now, people can call you and say, I want What kind of commissions have you done? Portraits, obviously.
Yeah, I've done pets mostly, pets and people.
A lot of pets. Okay.
Yeah, well, actually, mostly people, but pets. Yeah,
Pets and people.
yeah, I love doing bows. But if they have a favorite old of someone who's passed, I can do that from a photo. And
Nice.
I've even done a portrait. I actually did it of my great grandmother, and we took it from my great grandfather. He was a portrait photographer professionally. And so I used his photo as reference, and then from the relatives I got the color of her hair and the color of her eyes, and
Nice.
and did a 24 by 36 of her.
I'm going to show some more of your pictures in
Sure.
a minute, but I want to urge our viewers to go to Napoli Arts.
NapoliPortraits.com.
Portraits.com.
There you go.
I spelled something. Yeah,
There you go.
It's spelled correctly. NapoliPortraits.com. But texting you is a great way to reach you.
Yes, great way to reach me. In
Yeah.
fact, I always check my texts during the day. So
559-307-3960. And I love because people have a quick question.
Right.
And you can answer. Or you
Exactly.
can answer at your painting. You can answer at a more convenient
Exactly.
time. But that old-fashioned phone thing where you answer, and, how are you? What are you doing? You're
Yeah.
gonna all these, we call them
Yeah.
perfunctories. They just
Yeah.
will wipe you out, wipe
Yeah.
out your day. NapoliPortraits.com. Text 559-307-3960. Now, we saw a picture. We had this one up. You painting the portrait of Henry Perea. And it's done, right? Because
Yes,
I think
it
we
is
have a
hanging.
look at it right there.
It is hanging. Actually, that when in the actual painting that's hanging at Arbor Gallery in Merced, I added in a speed train behind him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
nice. I want to see a picture of that.
Yeah.
Now, the family, I know a lot of the family, are they saying, hey, we'd kind of like to buy or have that or something?
I actually like to have it to show.
You like to keep it around
Yeah,
the
yeah, it's one of my favorites. So
And here is some of your art.
yeah, that was a photo taken from a gallery that I showed in Napa,
Okay.
and it was actually a very beautiful fine art gallery.
And the stuff below, is that your art too?
No, that it's just the two paintings up above, the vineyard paintings. The one on the left sold. The one on the left, my brother took and ran. So
Nice. Prerogative of the brother. Now,
yes, the brother Stephen. Yes.
Now, this is just absolutely
Oh,
adorable
thank you.
picture. And there's a lot of personality in that picture and the baby.
That's Lily. Her grandmother commissioned me to do a portrait of her, and Tony is a wonderful friend. Also, she lives in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and this is the one that's been sent to
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
it was. That one was sent to
How do you-
Pennsylvania.
Is it hard to let them go?
Yes.
bet it is,
Yeah,
huh?
it is. But I love when they get it and they're just thrilled with it. That makes the.
Is there a point when you say, "Oh, this is done," or is it always, "I could do a little more"?
I could do a little more. I
Yeah.
can do a little more, and then sometimes I just have to stop myself.
You must stop yourself.
I have to stop. I just have to stop myself.
Well,
yeah.
so some of your art is in Merced right now. Do we see it at galleries?
Yes, it's in Merced until the 1st of August.
Okay.
With the show running there, I was formerly with the gallery, but had to pull out due to other commitments that I had.
Other things going on in your life.
The commission work had to come first,
Right.
and then of course we had medical issues with the husband.
Sure.
So I had to rearrange everything basically.
Right.
But the commissions are my bread and butter.
But what you're always looking for gifts to give to people for, Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, and what a unique gift to give.
Yeah, and they'll have it forever.
Yeah.
Everything is museum
The
quality.
family will have it forever. These things stay in
Yeah.
the family for.
Everything is museum quality. The paints are handmade from natural pigments up north, and the canvas is on an aluminum backing, so that the linen can still breathe, but you don't have to worry about it coming loose or anything. And it's again museum quality, and the everything I do is museum quality.
Museum
so
quality.
that way you'll have it with the oils you can have up to 400 or 500 years. Oh, and
Nice.
pastel also you can have up to 400 or 500 years. Yeah.
By the way, tell us what this is now.
That actually is one of my paintings that I had made into a rug.
Okay.
And I wanted to see what they can do. I had some extra money, and I now have the rug in my studio,
Nice.
so it's really cool.
Do you let people step on it?
No, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
But that's
yeah,
another
it's a rug.
possibility.
It was
Yeah.
hand weaved.
Wow. Oh, hand woven. To
Yeah,
your-
it was hand woven.
That's
Yeah, from back.
incredible.
Yeah.
That's
It's
another
beautiful.
art.
Yes, it
there's
is.
an art piece of your art piece.
Exactly.
We are way out of time. I can talk to Lynn forever. I'm going to put this contact information up again, napoliportraits.com. Text her, 559-307-3960. If she's not in the studio painting, she'll get right back to you.
Right,
Anything
exactly.
else you want our viewers to know?
I just want them to come out. I'm going to be doing a pop-up show on July 6th at Sorensen's Gallery here in Fresno. And I'm really excited to show at Sorensen's. It's been many years since I've actually been there. And you're welcome to come. It's from 5 to 8 on Hard Hop.
Now, which month is that?
This will be for July.
For July.
July 6th.
July Art Hop, the first Thursday in July at Sorensen's Gallery. If you've not been to Sorensen's, it's a trip in itself to go down
Oh
there.
my God!
A
It is
destination point.
it's a collective.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There's that big Fresno sign. This is goes over the street. Welcome to Fresno. A lot of people have never been there. It's on South Van Ness and something to see. Well, so July 6th,
July 6th from 5 to 8.
Art Hop. We're going to include this in our Art Hop show also.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
we get Lynn a lot of
Yeah, this will be
notice,
my
so.
first art hop in several years, so I'm excited.
How many pieces will you have?
I'm probably going to have 2 or 3, but I'm going to bring cards too, because I have been doing some photography of vineyard scenes and putting them on cards.
Very good.
So,
We
yeah.
will be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.